Okay, fourth episode. We finally get to see Steve in this one. And to tell the truth, as much as I'm glad to see the character again, like everyone else's, um, he doesn't have Joe Curie's charisma, but he's still funny. So there's that, I guess. Whew. Also, for those of you who don't know, when Dustin said Mother Puss Bucket, that was one of Peter Venkman's quotes in Ghostbusters. it's, it's a hilarious callback. When the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man found the four Ghostbusters in the climax scene. Also, probably not a movie reference, but Dustin also called one of the two aboleths four-legged swamp things. Swamp Thing, 1982, directed by Wes Craven, was a monster superhero movie that centered around a creature covered in vines, just like the two aboleths. Like I said, probably not intentional, but when the when sorry, I stutter a lot. When incinerating the monsters, Steve and Dustin once again made another movie reference. Two, actually. Star Wars for the monsters and the garbage mashers, and Indiana Jones when Dustin grabbed his hat. Small reference, but it counts. In episode 5, there was a minor human antagonist named Cosmo who bought a photo from Keith where Eleven was using her powers on one of the aboleths. To be honest, I think it's kind of refreshing that Keith is essential as part of the plot officially. Strangely enough, Cosmo, the guy reminded me of Cash from Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. I don't, I'm just, all I get is Cash vibes from the guy. All right, I mean it's not surprising for an animated spin-off show made by Netflix. Anyway, episode 6 gave a backstory to how the spores of the aboleth was created. A scientist smuggled upside-down vines in the aftermath of Season 2. Back to the present, which is technically still the past, January 15th, 1985, Mrs. Baxter, Nikki's mother, was experimenting on a dying plant using a similar reagent formula the scientist used to bring life to the vines. As if that didn't seem clear enough, I'm sure you're tired of hearing more movie references. I can't help it. I love pop culture and cinema, people. Sue me! Anyway, a scientist using a reagent to bring dead tissue and organisms back to life, creating monsters in 1985. Reanimator, anyone? Also, a kid lost his ball in the sewers, worried that his brother will scold him. Technically not a reference to an 80s movie, even though the 2017 remake of It took place in the 80s, which strangely also has Finn Wolfhard. More to the point, it would reference the book. Also, now that I mention it, I have to get this out of the way. I know most Stranger Things fans would have pointed this out, but if that's the case, I would very much like to say this. I think Finn Wolfhard has a thing for being in 80s projects. Really think about it. 2016, he started in Stranger Things, which takes time in 1983. A year later, in 2017, he's in It, which takes time in 1989. But moreover, while also being in season 2 of Stranger Things, where he dresses as a Ghostbuster. 4 years later, he's in Ghostbusters Afterlife in 2021 as the grandson of Egon Spengler. If he was dressed as Spengler instead of Venkman, that would have been an omen. Not gonna lie. Actually, that would be funny though. That would be crazy. I mean, it's like Simpsons predictions, though Can't tell what would be even bigger, Simpsons predicting it or Stranger Things. Moreover, once again, that's going to be it for this video. That was, season 4 to season... Sorry, not season, what was that? Episode 4 to episode 6? Yeah, episode 4 to episode 6. So I've got one more video, I guess, for the last few episodes. So, I'm Tyler Alexander Roan. Why did I give my full name? Okay, I can't edit that. I'm Tyler Roan. Sorry, I'm usually shy, even though it's not live. Subscribe, like, favorite, share. That'll do.